Hey guys, this is TJ with Texas Digital, and what we're getting into today is I'm going to do a walkthrough on how to use the basics on the community editor for State of Decay 2. This is the new version from Kai. It's going to be version 117. The old version actually had an older video that I'll probably have deleted off of my YouTube account by now. But that one no longer works anymore thanks to an update that Undead Labs did for State of Decay 2. It was a rather large update, and those always kind of knock out of balance any community editors or cheap programs for them. So this is the most up-to-date one that he just added this week. If you want to know how to download the community editor from the Discord page or how to install the cheap facility into your base, I do have a video I did on that this week, and I will leave a link to that video in the description down below. Now, when you first open the community editor, you're going to be greeted with a screen like this with load 1, 2, and 3 plus Heartland if you have the DLC. And these, of course, correspond to the 3 save files you have for State of Decay 2. The one over here on the far left will be your current community that you're using right now. So that's the one we're going to go to. And here's a simple screen. You have days survived plus nightmare days survived. You can change those numbers if you want. I've never really messed with them. This one here, I guess it would be handy to change if you're going for that 100 days survived achievement. Here's gravestone markers. That changes the amount of gravestone markers it shows in the background whenever you have your community members up. Down here you have your resources. You can change all those. I think 9999 is the max that it will show on any one of those, including influence here. You can also change the name of your group if you so choose. If you click on unlock all map icons, it will reveal everything on the map, on whatever map you're currently on. And like for me, I'm on the Cascade Hills map right here. If you see this little clumped together number right here, it's because that's where my base is, and I have a ton of cars sitting there right now. Grays are the cars, and reds are going to be the play carts. And on your actual map in the game, you'll also notice it will show all enclaves as well, whether it be neutral, friendly, or enemy. On this side over here, you can go unlock all map locations, and that's exactly what you'll do to unlock everything on yours. You can change the time of day. It does go by a 24-hour clock, so 0 to 24. Remove radio cooldowns. This only removes current radio cooldowns. If you have some on there for 5, 10 minutes, whatever, it will take those away. It does not remove them forever though. Unlock all radio calls. Does just what it says. Complete all bounties. This will complete all of the bounty missions from the bounty broker, both the new ones that just came on, plus the older ones he had on there. Unlock all legacy boons. If you don't have them all unlocked, you can click on that and it will unlock everything for you. And Daybreak. If you have the Daybreak DLC, you can put the prestige as high as you want, 9999. And you can also go unlock Daybreak items. This will save you the countless hours of hell trying to play through that, trying to unlock everything. You come over to Survivors. Here you can change traits, you can change looks, the voice, their standing, everything. So if you wish to change their name. Now, in the game, personally, I have never had luck changing the first name of any character. It never tends to work for me. It will always change the last name and the nickname. And it does say here, if the other two don't work, go ahead and change it here and it'll work there. If it works for you, let me know in the comments. I've just never had any luck with it changing the first name on them. These always tend to work, though. The character model is going to be how they look. As you can see, I actually have Lily except for this character right here, one that's not available in this game. And other than that, there's a few key characters in it, such as her, Sasquatch, and a few others that will go by name. Everybody else is kind of just a generic description of how they are listed in the game itself, because there's so many variances of a single model. You know, you can just kind of click through, decide what you want your character model to be. You can change the voice. There's no way of hearing how the voice sounds right now. He is going to update eventually and have a sample voice that you can hear, but for now, and actually you can go to Discord and there are a few sample programs people are working on right now, so if you want to go check that out. Other than that, you can go there and just change it to whatever you want, just kind of experiment with it, see what you like. The character standing is of course going to be from recruit to leader. You can change whatever you want. The hero bonus. Like for hers is vehicle delivery, but you can change it to any other one that you want. Some things you'll notice, like the RTs are like red talon specialties and stuff like that. And then of course you can take the leader type. You can change them to a sheriff, warlord, whatever you wish. These numbers here are not the highest that they go, but you can't just increase the numbers. You do need to add traits to that character as debug traits that will raise the stamina and health. Stuff that's a debug is going to affect them overall as far as their stamina, their health, as well as what skills they can obtain down here, plus their specialties. If you want to add something to get stamina, current health, like there's one on here that says debug invincibility, that of course is going to add on to, you know, the health more and stuff like that. Other things that you can select from over here on the trait side are going to add personality quirks to them, or like immortal. Immortal obviously is going to add something to one of these up here. But other things are going to add personality traits that could make them easier or harder to live with. And there are thousands of these to go through. So, I mean, it will take some time to kind of, if you're really looking to manufacture a character that just fits perfectly, you know, you're going to have to kind of go through all of these. Some things, if you want to go to skills and see how every character has, you know, cardio plus a sub-cardio, wits, a sub-wits. If you want certain things like prowess and stuff like that, those are specifically a red talon type by skill, so you'll have to come over here and you'll have to find debug stats in the traits that are from red talon that you can add over here to make her basically into like a red talon factory character. You can also take away fatigue, trauma, and infection, and change the zombies killed. I never have found too much use in doing that. You're the only one that sees this number. I really don't know why you would change it, but you can if you wish. Also, if you don't have a specialty skill, a fifth skill on there, you can add one down here. And scroll down, there's lots to choose from. Everything from the basics people see all the time to soundproofing, sleep psychology. Those are the ones that the books cost quite a bit of money for if you actually buy them in the game. Plus more rare stuff like tattoos, sports trivia, stuff like that. If you're messing around with a character and you accidentally delete cardio, wits, fighting, or shooting, one of those 4 core stats that they need, and you try to save it, it will display a message right here saying, hey, they're missing one of the core traits that can break the game. Don't panic about that, it's not a big deal. If you can't figure out how to get it back on there, just click reset, and then say yes again, and it'll take you back to the main screen again. It'll undo any changes that you've made. No big deal. You can bring people back from the dead, or people that you've exiled from your base. So say we want to bring Stephanie back, or let's see, we'll go with him. We would simply go revive. Now when you revive them, it's going to put them back at a citizen status, I believe. I don't think it puts them at recruit, but I think it always puts them as a citizen, from what at least my experience has been. And the first thing you need to do whenever you revive somebody is come over here and you need to see what it was that killed them. Because if you don't correct it, they are just going to insta-die the moment you reboot up the game because they're still hurt. As you can see, this guy has, you know, no health, so he obviously died from trauma. I'm assuming it was trauma, it doesn't say trauma on there. But you want to just reset that back to 100. Fatigue, you know, you can take that back down to 0, start them off fresh. And if they died of infection, you'll see infection number right here. Usually it'll be over the number 100. That's why they anything over 100 will be an insta death also if you relive the game without changing it. And because we just brought him back, his numbers are going to be set back to 0 again, as you can see. So if you don't feel like having to grind to get those back, you can just change them all here. Put them right back up to 7. And like I said, in stuff that you want to do for your subcategories, if you wanted prowess, say for I believe it's cardio, then you would need to add some red talon debug traits over here to this side to give him the ability to have that. People you want to bring back that are just departed, that you've exiled out, they should come back in with whatever traits they left with. The only thing you might want to check is their health and stuff like that, because once they left your base, if they were injured before the game finally kind of took them out, it may have them injured on here too, so just check that. As far as their voices go and stuff like that, though, just keep a lookout for new updates, because eventually, like I said, you will have an ability to hear what they sound like before you select them and stuff like that. So just keep an eye out for future updates on that one. We go over to inventory. You can do everything from the most basic stuff. Say you go to your backpacks, a large backpack, and say you just want to duplicate that item. You go there. That's that. Or say you want to change that item to something else. You scroll down, find whichever one is exactly that fits your personality or whatever it is you want for that character, and you just click that. And then if you want to duplicate it, duplicate it. Or if there's just too many of something you have, say you just want to get rid of one, delete it. That's all there is to it. And anything you make a change on one of these, after you're done, make sure you always save it. Say yes. I don't want to save that person right there, but just click yes again. Tell you what you have to do. Next on inventory. One real big perk to this is, say we go down to ranged weapons. And for example, I will give you, say, a shotgun down here. Kodiak is something that you see constantly in here, along with, say, the Breacher military shotgun. As you can see, I've added suppressors onto these. That's something that does not come with the shotguns in the game. You can't mod these in the game. You have to do this type of stuff here. So take that back to normal. The shotgun normally just has the hollow sight on it. So basically, if you want to add something like the silencer to it, you would come over here to new mods. Go there. Come down. Locate what you want to add to it. Just click it. And then go add. As you can see, now when you go back, it's going to say it has a suppressor on the gun whenever you reload it next time. And this will show all the weapons in your inventory. As you can see, I have a fairly long list right now because I've been using this program for quite a while on this particular community. If you want to delete something out, you can click that and just delete it. See, it says mark for deletion until you save it. Or if, say, you want to change something. So say you want to change this assault UMP. Say you want to change it to the X36C assault. You would go like that. And it already has a suppressor, so we don't need to mess with that anymore. But just go duplicate. That's all there is to it. You can also change durability, set amount of ammo. I usually leave it at 999 because that seems to be a number it recognizes fairly easily in the game. When it comes to durability, you have to be a little careful with how you change it. Every weapon does have a specific max level that it will hit, and I don't know of anybody that can tell you what that number exactly is. I think it varies from weapon to weapon. So if you're not careful, either it will set itself back to 0 once you pass that certain mark, and you're going to have a really weak weapon when you come into the game, or it'll just reset itself back to the factory durability on it, in which case you may just have to come back here and change it back or something. But that's the biggest perks as far as the inventory goes, is being able to add stuff to weapons that you could not do any other way. You can add drum magazines to pistols. You can add sights to guns that only had iron sights before, so you can zoom. But it does come in handy. There's just so many different things you can do with this. You will have to go through it and just kind of scope it out for yourself. Because, I mean, if you look at the list of stuff in here to add, I mean, it's outstanding. That's another thing, too, y'all, is Kai put a lot of hours into this program right here. And he updates it for free every single time one comes out, and he has to redo this again. So, you know, he does have a link to his PayPal here at the bottom, and I'll actually include that in the description as well. You know, if this is something that you use quite often and you get a lot of enjoyment out of, you know, feel free to, you know, show, you know, a little love back, donate something. They're always appreciated. Not necessary, but appreciated. Move over to facilities. And your facility, of course, will look different than mine. This will show whatever current base that you're at. And, of course, I am at the downtown location for Cascade Hills right here. And you'll notice I have no parking spots located on mine, because I've actually changed my parking spots to both the cheap building and to the med lab, which was up here. So one thing to note is whenever you change something in your base itself, say you want to change this red talon tower, the watchtower I have right here. You come over here, and it lists every single facility that is in the game, whether it be from Heartland, doesn't matter. It also, you'll notice it'll start off, and they're fairly descriptive, but it'll start pretty generic. It's just says facility type, facility type. You'll have to read each one to see what it is. But it'll also go into Drucker County, you'll notice, the truck stop, self-storage, small warehouse, dormitory, canteen, Heartland. So read the description of what they are, because certain things, even though they may function in the base when you install them, will not fit. If I chose to take a auto mechanic shop and try to fit it to where my restroom is, it'll function as far as you being able to create, the kits and stuff like that. But it would make it to where basically you see parts of it glitched into walls and stuff like that where you couldn't walk around the base easily. So just be careful. I mean, it's nothing that's going to break the game. I've installed stuff that when I walk in now, it gives you no room to move around. People are stuck on top of sniper towers because they can't walk down, and you have to go back and change it. So it's something to experiment with. Just, take your time on it and see what you want. Now, as far as the parking spots go, like I said, these will function just like they would inside of the building. Now, if you put a sniper tower where a parking spot goes, as far as I've seen, your men will never leave the actual boundaries of the base to go outside to stand on it. So it's kind of a wasted space. It will still lower the chance of invasion of a bunch of zombies coming into your base according to the stats on the game, but you never see it physically in the game itself. But I put MedLab there, and I put the cheat facility there because the cheat building itself, it was something that doesn't have to be interacted with directly. You can just do it through the game itself on the select screen. And the MedLab, I just use it to make sure I have an ability to cure people and stuff like that, which I don't have to be there physically at the site to do it either. But other than that, if you don't have a legacy down here, if you only say you're missing one, you'll see a small slot right here that'll appear if you want to add a different legacy boon. Outpost, it allows you to change the number of the outpost to a different number if you so wish, or you can actually add passives to the outpost as well. But in that, like everything else, it is a matter of going through and trying stuff out to see what works best with your particular group of guys. Also, if you so wish, you can come up here to the settings, go dark. As you can see, it'll give you a nice gray screen. I prefer dark over light for some reason, not as I always do. Go to vehicles. This is pretty self-explanatory. So 0, the numbers just go up. Basically, you click on a number. Let's see if I can find one that's not in the big group of cars on my map. There's number 14. There is no background layover map right now. There will be in the future. He's working on that update now. But if you were to look at the map over here, you'll see number 14 is right there. Like I said, gray dots are cars, red dots are play cards. So come back over, and you see that's where the number 14 is. If the vehicle has 0 fuel, it goes 0 to 100. Anything over 100, it just does nothing at all, so there's no point in doing it. If you click to fully heal the vehicle, it'll heal the chassis, engine, everything. It'll make it like new again. These position numbers for it on the map don't work right now. They will in the future, so just keep checking back on that. Or if you wish to change the vehicle itself to something else, say you feel like you've had too many of those, you want something different right now, just scroll through, see what suits you, and pick it. And that's all there is to it. It is now changed. Just click Save All Changes and go with it. But that is the basics of it, guys. Not a whole lot to it. Like I said, it can be a little intimidating when you first get into it, especially with the survivor area and the inventory. But like I said, because there's just so many different options to it, don't feel overwhelmed. Just try them out. I don't know if there's a limit to how many traits you can add over here. I assume that there is, or I assume that if you add 2 things that don't correspond with each other. They may cancel each other out, or whichever one comes first may be the dominant in it. It's something you want to play around with. But if you have any further questions on it, go ahead, let me know if you're having any issues at all, stuff like that. Hit me up at the bottom in the comments. Let me know what they are, and I will see if I can help you with them. If you want to get in contact with the community, if you want some more advice and stuff like that, or if Undead Labs does other updates and you're wondering when the next community editor update will be coming out, I will leave a link to that in the bottom too for the Discord page. Feel free to go on there. Their community is great, guys. They help out constantly. Just make sure when you go on there you are discussing stuff about the community editor and proper subjects. There's kind of a code of conduct to go by when you're on Discord as far as what category you're in and what questions you're talking about. Don't spam them with when's it going to come out, when's it going to come out. Make sure you check the pin section because they always have notifications on there letting you know. And like I said, he's real good about keeping in contact about when stuff's coming out as far as updates go and stuff like that. And that's gonna be about it for this one, y'all. Like I said, check the bottom, and if you don't know how to get community editor, go ahead and click the link down there, follow it over to Discord, to that video, which will show you how to get to the Discord page and download the community editor. It's a tiny file, takes no time at all, and it's something that's really fun to play around with. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and ask them to me. And I hope you guys are getting something out of these videos. I apologize if I'm not too on the ball tonight. It is really late. It's right about 4 a.m. right now for me. So it's been a long day. I hope you guys are liking these videos. Let me know what else you guys want as far as the content goes for State of Decay. I am actually working on expanding this channel to a little something different too. A few more games that are going to be added into it. This has been a dominant State of Decay channel right now is what it's been. But that will change sometime soon. If you have any other questions on stuff you want to see for State of Decay, though, let me know that down there too. And if this didn't help you, I do apologize. I'm glad that you stopped by and give the channel a chance anyways. But until next time, you guys, this is TJ for Texas Digital. Out.